After declaring our independence, the first Dáil had to ask to be recognised with a formal message to the free nations of the world. This message from our fledgling state to the international community was read out in this room in Irish, French and English. But dúchlan cinúnach de cheachtaí na chéad dála é, náisiún stát nua a chruthú. Cuig siad sa tóir chúnamh morálta, comáile chúnamh polítíochta, ó cóide agus ó chórsan I géin agus I góngar, agus iad ag déanamh a dríal chun déanlachas parlamentach a bhaint amach. Former members of Dáil Éireann will now read the message to the free nations of the world.
To the nations of the world.
To the nations of the world.
To the nations of the world. Greetings.
Tá náisiún na hÉireann tar éis a saoirse do ógairt, tá teachtaí tofa tar éis teachtaí náil góide I bhríomhchathair na tíre an 15 de bhí anar 19.
Tríthe siúd chun Saoirstát Éireann do Chothú, íonn sí ar gach náisiún dílis, náisiúntacht Éireann féin de admháil.
And her right to its vindication at the Peace Congress.
Nationally, the race, the language, the customs and the traditions of Ireland are radically distinct from the English.
Ireland is one of the most ancient nations in Europe, and she has presented her national integrity, vigorous and intact, through 7 generations of foreign oppression.
She has never relinquished her national rights, and throughout the long era of English usurpation,
she has in every generation defiantly proclaimed her inalienable right of nationhood.
Et dernièrement encore par son glorieux appel aux armes de 1916, ses inaliénables droits de nation.
Internationally, Ireland is the gateway of the Atlantic. Ireland is the last outpost of Europe towards the west.
Ireland is the point upon which great trade routes between east and west converge. Her independence is demanded by the freedom of the seas.
Our great harbours must be open to all nations,
instead of being the monopoly of England.
Today, these harbours are empty and idle, solely because English policy is determined to retain Ireland as a barren bulwark for English aggrandisement.
And the unique geographical position of this island, far from being a benefit and a safeguard to Europe and America,
is subjected to the purposes of England's policy of world domination.
Ireland today reasserts her historic nationhood the more confidently before the new world emerging from the war.
Because she believes in freedom and justice as the fundamental principles of international law.
Because she believes in a frank cooperation between the peoples for equal rights, against the vested privileges of ancient tyrannies.
Because the permanent peace of Europe can never be secured by perpetuating military dominion for the profit of empire, but only by establishing the control of government in every land upon the basis of the free will of a free people.
And the existing state of war between Ireland and England can never be ended.
Qu'au moment où les troupes anglaises auront définitivement évacué ce pays.
For these, among other reasons, Ireland resolutely and irrevocably determined,
at the dawn of the promised era of self-determination and liberty,
that she will suffer foreign dominion no longer.
Ar an ábhar sin, íonn sí ar gach náisiún dílis cuidiú lei san éileamh atá curtha í rimpe, sé sin saoirse in Iomlán agus Saoirstát Gaelach.
Against the arrogant pretensions of England, founded in fraud and sustained only by an overwhelming military occupation.
And demands to be confronted publicly with England at the Congress of the Nations.
In order that the civilised world, having judged between English wrong and Irish right,
may guarantee to Ireland its permanent support
for the maintenance of our national independence.